Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here on this manic Monday in the middle of 90 Day Diaries. Thank you so much for all of you that are watching me live right now, and thank you if you're watching me on the replay. I'm here with tonight's edition of 90 Day Oy Vey. Matt accuses Gino of abuse, and Sonny has a new love. So, first off, I want to thank Tina for joining my membership. Thank you so much, Tina. I love you, girl. Feel free to DM me anytime to vent about 90 Day. Um, so first, let me thank everyone that's in the room. My trusty moderator, Menopausal Queen from flooded Kentucky. Yeah, there's been really bad weather, and unfortunately, she's been right in the middle of it. Thank you, girl, for showing up for me. Hey, Deirdre. Hey, Natalie. Yorkville Charlie. Yes, I know. I was wrong. Can you guys believe it? I thought there was only two parts to the tell all because when I looked it up on IMBD, yeah, when I looked it up there was only two parts, but there's three. And I was thinking that how are they going to squeeze all this drama into two parts? So we're getting three parts. So yeah, I was wrong. Let's see. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Rosanna. Hi, Jelly Ugandan Knuckles. Hi, Maureen. And hi, Isabella. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. And hi, Kimberly. Let's hop right into this. So, yes, exactly. I was wrong, like Gino was wrong on agreeing for the open marriage. Yep. So let's hop right into this. Okay. First of all, when someone says they don't watch 90 Day Fiance, I say that's weird because to me, that is weird. So thank goodness I have all you guys to vent and to talk to about 90 Day Fiance because only my mother in law watches it and she only watches it because of me. So let's talk about this current cast. Maddie and Stevie. Okay. I don't know how I feel about them yet. It's way too early in the season. But my gut feeling is that they are a quote unquote normal couple that of course playing up the dramatics for TV. Of course Maddie's gonna be homesick. Of course he is, but we have to play up the drama for TV. This is all my opinion. Hi, silly Shally. Thank you for joining me. Um, so this is all purely my opinion that all this stuff about Maddie being homesick and wanting to go back, and if their marriage doesn't work out, he's going to stay here in the US, wanting to get married earlier to save money on the permanent resident fees. I mean, in my opinion, all this stuff is already agreed on and they're just doing it for the cameras, drama, give themselves a little storyline. Hi, Sunshine. Sheila, you think that he's using her for the green card? That's not the feeling that I get from him. I mean, that's your opinion. My opinion, I really don't get that from him. I get it, that they're a couple trying to work out the kinks in their relationship. And of course, he's going to be homesick and stuff. But I think they're just playing it up for the camera. Um, Yorkville Charlie, yes, the butter eating couple, Sarper and Shekinah. And Sarper is actually becoming a sympathetic figure this season. Yeah, we're going to get into that in a second when I get to their segment. So, Maddie did a question and answer session. And basically, he is 6 foot tall. And someone asked him, "Are you happy?" And he said, "Based on what you're seeing right now from me on TV, not at all. I never been like this before, and I didn't know how to handle these many emotions. I can say I'm proud of me staying alive." And I guess after eating Taco Bell, he is especially proud to remain alive. He said he has tried all of the American fast foods, and Taco Bell gave him the runs, which like it does to, I would say, 95% of the population. So welcome to America, Maddie, and welcome to American fast food. So moving on. um Unknown fact about Maddie, he doesn't swim. Welcome to the club because I don't swim either. And he likes curves. Curves are actually his type. So moving on to Mark and Mina. Hot Mess Express. Okay, and Mark is just too much of a people pleaser, in my opinion. He needs to put his foot down, and thank goodness for his mother trying to be the mediator between Mina and Jordan because this whole situation is a hot fucking mess. And next week, she's going to go off to meet his ex-girlfriend that he was apparently still talking to while he was talking to her. So, yeah, Mark gets himself into some shit, and he's always posting to his stories like the whole "we are family" thing. So I'm assuming that they've all worked it out, unless Mark is, just trying to gloss things over and do the whole "we are family" thing. So yes, back to Taco Bell for a second. Yes, Taco Bell is like Diet Bell, almost nothing in there. Yep, because everything comes right back out. It goes in and it goes right back out. So anyway, Jessica and Juan, I'm sorry. They are the vanilla couple. Okay. So boring. I mean, I have nothing against them personally. Jessica and Juan seem to be very nice people, but they are way too vanilla. Okay. Her friend Megan and all the drama with Megan crying over Juan cheating and the fact that Jessica knew and Jessica forgave him. It's like, oh my God. Okay. Like, girl, you need to get your own relationship. I understand having a bestie and wanting the best for them. Trust me, I get it. But yeah, Megan is way too involved. Jessica and Juan are the vanilla boring couple of the season, and we need one for every season. But in a case of everybody knows everyone in reality TV, and Isabella, thank you for sending this to me. Jessica knows what is his name again? Give me 1 second, guys, because of course my iPad wants to act up at the moment. Jessica knows Mark Scafali, who is from Match Me Abroad. So he was in her comments like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see someone I know on TV." Well, they both have the same employer, TLC. So anyway, Shekinah and Sarper. Shekinah, are you really that mean to Sarper? Okay, someone asked her that in her story, and she decided to take to the gram to clarify whether or not she's really that mean to Sarper. So let me share this with you guys.
This question is funny to me, and Sarper and I have talked about it quite a bit because a lot of people think that I'm so mean to Sarper and that he's so abused, and poor Sarper, he came all the way to the US and, he's in this little tiny apartment. He has to leave when she has clients. The struggle is real. I am not a well-off person. I work very hard for what I have, and I grew up super, super poor. So the things that I have now, I really value. And I, live in a very expensive apartment in Los Angeles. It's small, but it's very pricey. And during COVID, I got into it because it was a live workspace. It was zoned for commercial and residential. So it was very convenient because I didn't have to have two leases. So it worked for me and my daughter at the time. My clients got very comfortable coming there. I mean, it was very private, discreet. They didn't have to see anyone else. No waiting room, no, front desk. It was just walk in their pajamas and lay down in the bed and get their treatment. So it was working out fine. Also, I was living part-time in Turkey. So moving into a bigger place didn't make any sense because I wasn't even in my place that much anymore. And we had no guarantee that Sarper's visa was going to be approved. So that would be very, very dumb, actually, to move into a bigger place when I wouldn't know if Sarper was actually coming. And my income was cut in half by spending so much time in Turkey. So all of those things put together made, no sense for me to get a bigger place. Once Harper got here, I thought, we can get a bigger place together. That makes perfect sense to me, because why should that be on my back to have to provide that for a grown man? Like, he's perfectly capable of providing that for us once he's here and working. So, yeah, I don't think that I mean to Sarper. Sarper doesn't think I'm mean to him. Maybe it's the way I'm edited. I'm not sure. I don't even see it though when I'm watching the show, and neither does he. So not sure why that's coming across, but we know the reality of the situation, and Sarper's happy, I'm happy, and things are progressing the way that they should, given the circumstances.
So there you go. She says she's not mean to Sarper. She says that Sarper says she's not mean to him. But I don't know, guys. I mean, I just want to say that this season, and it's probably because of editing and production and whatever, because there always has to be a good guy and a bad guy with the couples. You notice that? So for many seasons, Sarper was the bad guy, Sarper was the asshole. Well, now it's time for Sarper to be the good guy. And like he keeps talking about this new version of himself. So I don't know if it's the editing that is making it seem like Shekinah's a real bitch to him, or if that's really what it is. Okay, because this couple is plastic AF, honestly. Okay, and I think about what Danielle Gates said about Shekinah one time, that she looks like she was printed from a 3D printer. That always makes me laugh. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Shekinah is mean? Do you think it's the editing? Do you think it's just Sarper's turn to be the good guy after being the bad guy for so many years? Let me know what you guys think. Yes, he was. He was very sweet with the house cow. Okay. And Cassidy, I agree. I think that she should let him speak for himself. Okay. Um, and this is another good point of view, Veronica. I don't know. Maybe she is stressed out because it's a new situation, but it is coming off as she is a little rude to him. Yes, I totally agree with that. So, Sarper is doing his boot camp thing, which I think is a great fit for him. If he's really making money off of this and able to, you know, um, contribute, to finances, hey, I think that is great. That is fucking great. So, one thing that I even don't understand, how can you bully a dog? Okay, somebody DM Shekinah that that ugly dog is too big for that very small space. How can you call a dog ugly, especially Adonis? I think Adonis is really fucking cute. I mean, there are uglier dogs out there, but I think Adonis is really cute. So, yeah, I kind of agree with Shekinah. What kind of childhood traumas do you have when you have to insult a dog? Damn. Okay, Yorkville Charlie, you believe that that's not editing, that's her true self. Yeah, I mean, I believe after so many seasons that maybe her true colors are starting to shine through on camera. And she's a little bitch. But I think this whole new version of Sarper thing is being played up. Okay, yes, people can change, but do we really think Sarper has changed that much that he's turned into mush? I don't buy it. I really don't buy it. So, Greg and Joan, okay? Greg and John had a cook off on the gram yesterday. They were cooking chicken Alfredo. And in my opinion, I do think John won. Okay. So they were doing the cook off. Joey came on later to judge. And in my opinion, John won. This looks really good. And then Joan, check out Joan. She wanted a crochet vest, so she made one. That is fucking great. She is, like, I want a vest. Let me go knit myself one. Shit, I wish I could do that. Yes, Greg is making me crazy too, Shelly. I agree. He is making me absolutely fucking nuts. I get being a mama's boy, okay? But yo, how old are you? And now you're bringing, this woman over, and you need to support her until she's able to work. And what are you doing in mommy's basement? And then you turn down a great job? Like, yes, what does Joan see in him? Really good question. Really, really good question. So, moving on, we have Sean celebrating his mom's birthday with a throwback picture of him and his mom. And Aaliyah got to go to Disney. So Aaliyah's enjoying America to the fullest. Okay, and it looks like her and Sean are still together. Now, moving on, we have the thruple couple. So Amani has been doing this series, being transparent about surgeries that she's had, body issues, etc. So now she's being transparent about her skincare routine.
I woke up with not so great skin, like with breakouts and stuff. Like this is without filter, and I usually have really good skin. And I notice this happens every single time. Every time I do makeup, like a, full glam all day, where my face is covered with makeup. Almost like 99% of the time, the next day I wake up with like red blemishes and bad skin. So I think by now the secret is to wear less makeup as possible. I have good skin because I only wear makeup when I have to. So I want to see.
Okay, so that is her being transparent about her skincare routine. Now, this is her being transparent on how nasty she can be with her husband. And when I mean nasty, not mean. Okay, so let me share this with you, this little clip that she shared.
See your body so bad, baby. Ew. Okay, this is what was in Matt's inbox. You want to see mine? So, okay, I have to be like a troll. Look at this. I want to see your body, baby. And then this person says, y'all want to see it? I say, no, ew. And then, oh, like, learn to have self respect. Where are we going today?
So there you go. We have good old um good old Amani, okay, just be nasty, nasty in her husband's inbox. Guys, I'm sorry. My husband is on the phone. He's being really loud and he is distracting me at the moment. And if he doesn't shut up, I'm going to have to walk away and go out there and tell him to shut up. So if I seem distracted, I apologize. So here is Amani with her boobs. Okay, her boobs look just like Sophie's, really painful, about to burst. And here's Annie. Okay. Now I have to keep reminding myself that all three of these people are playing a role. Okay. This is bullshit storyline just for them to be on TV, just for them to get whatever exposure, okay, that they're going to get from this show or what they think they're going to get from this show. So, yeah. So, guys, give me 1 second. I apologize. I apologize. I'm back. He's watching the Final Four basketball game and he's on the phone with his bestie. And the two of them are being extremely loud. He has them on speakerphone. If I can hear you through the bedroom door, you're too fucking loud. So I just went out there and said like this. So I guess he got the hint. Anyway. Yes, my husband is going to be in big trouble if he doesn't shh. Okay, let me get back on my role here. I mean, jeez, I was hearing him talk about the basketball game through the door. I'm like, oh my goodness, shut up. Yes, I'm gonna snatch him up. Mm. Okay, so what was I saying? Amani's boobs look like they're gonna burst. Annie, all three of them are playing a role. Okay, so I have to remind myself that they're actors. Okay, they are simply actors playing a role of a couple who wants to bring this woman to the States to join their family so they could be a big blended family. Well, we all know that's bullshit. At least in my opinion, that's bullshit. And they're just basically actors playing a role. So even though Amani may be acting like, um, let's see, a controlling, obsessive, kind of borderline narcissistic whore on TV, she's just playing a role. So I have to keep reminding myself that. So anyway, moving on, we have Julia and her dog Simba. An update. Simba apparently suffered a stroke, and Julia shared to her stories this week exactly what was going on. And here we go. Let me just get fast forward a little bit. All right.
Yes, thank you everybody for nice messages. We in an emergency hospital right now. We are here for like I don't know 3 hours already, maybe 4. And Simba have now under anesthesia, so that is not a stroke. It's all symptoms. It's same, but it's another thing. So he have another diagnosis and he have to have a big surgery. But guys, people send me some messages from different account, different like people are scamming and asking, hey, I'm Julia, send me money for Simba, or I'm not asking anybody. So please, if somebody send you some kind of messages, don't send any money, don't do anything, because that is a scam. I'm not asking anybody, I'm not selling any program, will go find me anything, so please be careful. I'm just appreciating all your messages, and I'm sure Simba appreciates too.
That is how it's all night like this. I have to make him stand up, let him stand. If he starts walking, I have to make sure like he not fall. So that is what I'm doing right now, like whole night. Because he like wake up from anesthesia, he trying to stand up, and doctor told me he have to trying to walk, so I have to force him to stand up. He are 85 pounds. I mean, he are not eat at all, so I have to force him to eat. You see his head completely, my poor baby. His head not moving, so I have to force him to stand up. I have to force him to eat. I trying to put pillow right here because that is comfortable position for him. His head just like that. That is hard, but I have to.
So there you go. My heart goes out to Julia. Okay, as a pet owner, an animal lover in general, I could just imagine the pain that she's going through right now. And I really hope Simba gets better. The financial burden must be unbelievable. And like she mentioned, she doesn't have any GoFundMe or anything like that out. She is just selling her dog subscription boxes, and every sale that she makes to help her help Simba. And she said, everyone is waiting for her to comment on the part one of the tell all. And honestly, she doesn't have the energy because her all her energy is in Simba. So, and that's not the only bad news that's been happening lately. So my thoughts and prayers go out to Julia and her doggy, and I hope everything is okay. So moving on, happy birthday to Benny. And this was a really sweet post from Mama Janice. Okay, his mother-in-law. Happy birthday to my bonus son, Binyam. We hope you have a wonderful day. I thought that was so sweet. Now, Ari, okay, took to her stories. This is courtesy of 90 Day Fiance update. Love her. So basically, Ari is going to save the question about her having a boyfriend for the tell all, okay, because she doesn't want to, you know, spoil things for us. So that's making me think that she's seeing somebody, or that her and Benny are like trying to work things out. I don't know. We shall see. But she is clarifying that she was never Benny's side chick. Okay. So get that out of your head. According to her, when she met him, he had broken up with his ex 3 months prior. Okay. She was in the divorce process and had already filed at least a year prior, although Leandro and I have broken up since 2015. That was 3 years before I ever met Benny. Benny and I left together to live in Kenya 2 months after we met. He didn't have any girlfriends, as far as I know. And if he has one doubt, they would have let him move to a whole nother country. I think someone would have noticed him escaping to go call someone again and again. So basically, she's saying that her and Benny were both single when they hooked up. He had broken up with his ex. She was already in the divorce process. And also, she wants to let everybody know that she never locked Benny out of the house. Okay. Never, ever, ever locked him out of the house. So that's another misconception. So she posted some of these flashback photos, okay, of Ethiopia and when she was there with Avi and Avi's nanny, Mimi, who she considers family. Yeah. So she posted some flashback photos. But yeah, Ari is letting people know, okay, she was never the side chick. Now, speaking of boobs, we have Sophie and her new boobs, who they look like they're gonna burst to me. Um, this is Sophie without fillers, filters. This is all natural Sophie. Okay, check that out. So, I just have a question. After watching part one of the tell all and part two of the tell all, okay, so she says, people mad at me because I didn't sleep with my husband. People also mad at me that I slept with my husband. Can I live? I'm just a girl, okay? So then she says, acting like it's a crime to hook up with an ex. I know a lot of y'all have been there before too. And I already had my green card, by the way, and we wasn't together. So for the people who swore I was only there with him for my green card or that I wasn't attracted to him, what now? Dead. So now my question to you is, Sophie, if he was allegedly abusive, okay, as you posted in this Instagram story, and if he allegedly cheated on you with a man, as you posted in this Instagram story, okay, and commented on several 90 Day Fiance blogger posts, um, then why would you sleep with him after you guys were broken up? Especially when on part two of the tell all, you talk about dating. And I'm not going to spoil it for you guys if you haven't watched it yet, but I don't get it. Why go back and continue having sex with someone who was so abusive, traumatized you, and allegedly cheated on you with a man when you guys were already broken up and allegedly you were dating? I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. So, anyway, moving on. We have good old Natalie. Okay. It hasn't been Natalie's time to shine on the tell all yet, but yeah, that little part in it during the first part where she confesses that her and Josh have been having sex also, but it's different than Sophie and Rob having sex because Sophie and Rob cared about one another at one point, but Josh never cared about her. Okay, so as you guys may or may not know, she got some surgery lately. So she says the body is by Josh Jacobson, MD. I am so lucky and blessed that she got lipo 360. Okay, so she's trying to get herself snatched like Darcy and Stacy. And Kelsey, her attorney, has out new merch. Okay, so Natalie has to share it because that is her attorney. But one thing, I am so happy that Mike has found his love, has found his sugar. I think they are so cute together. He looks so happy. Okay. I mean, check this out, guys. Have you ever seen Mike beaming and smiling like this when he was with Natalie. Just saying. So him and his sugar Sarah look really happy together. And every time I see Natalie acting up on screen, I know I've said this before. I picture that Mike gif in my head where he's like this. He's like, thank goodness she is not my problem anymore. So moving on, we have Florian and Stacy. Florian is really living up this modeling thing. Okay, you go Flo. That's all I have to say. And of course, wherever there's Stacy, there's Darcy. And of course, Darcy and Georgie had to show up to part 2 of the tell all. Why the fuck not? You know, she is 7 minutes older. So, speaking of Georgie and Darcy, they had a night out on the town. They went to a fancy caviar event, and then after the caviar event, they went to a bar. And guess who they met up with? Jovi, another Miami resident. But Yara wasn't there. So, Darcy and Georgie and Jovi all hanging out in a Miami bar, Miami people doing Miami things. So moving on, because it wouldn't be an Oy vey without a jazzy section. So this is Jasmine when she was 5 years old. She was an adorable little girl. I mean, look at her. So fucking cute. And now this is Jasmine today. Okay, it wouldn't be an Oy vey without a jazzy pity party. Okay, so this is Jasmine after last week's tell all on her story.
Guys, I really hope you're all doing great. I'm gonna be super honest with you. It's like I've been very overwhelmed in a positive way about all the love and support that I receive from you guys, and I just wanted to say thank you. I decided not to watch the tell-all under my condition because it's like I still have trauma from it. I ended up at the hospital after this tell-all. It took a toll on me, and I know that a lot of people have been happy, have been blaming me. There is so much to the story. Yeah,
I'm gonna pause her for a sec because yes, you are absolutely right, Wendy's front yard. I thought all of her pics were destroyed in a fire. What the fuck? Where did she come up with that picture of Jazzy at 5? You see, she can't keep track of her own lies, even when it comes down to her own baby pictures. Just saying. Okay.
still don't know, but I'm not here, to explain myself or anything, because I know that eventually this is all gonna make it to the public eye and people will understand how things actually happen. All I can say is thank you and God bless you. I am used to do this, guys. I've been doing this show for almost 5 years, and I always have people who pick on me, who insult me. Even Gino himself has done it so multiple times, make fun of my body shame. I'm used to all this, but there is nothing that prepares you to have people laughing at other people making, bad comments about your baby and people enjoying that. That is beyond cruel. And that was really
One thing I'm going to say is that Rob was very wrong when he said, fuck that baby. He said, fuck Matt, fuck Jasmine, and fuck that baby. Yes, he was very, very wrong saying that. But, and I know this is probably going to be controversial with some people, he was not wrong when he said that she was having a bastard child, because if you look up the definition of a bastard child, yes, it is an outdated term that now is considered offensive, but yeah, that is basically what she's having. She's married to Gino and she's having her sidekick's baby. So yeah, anyway, so a little bit more of the jazzy pity party.
make me sad all these days. I'm not gonna I've been so sad. Because that's beyond cruel. And that is very low, and no one deserves it.
Okay, so menopausal queen, I agree with that statement. The only one that I've heard say something bad against the baby is Rob when he said fuck that baby. And he was totally wrong for saying that. Yes, he was. But I'm not defending him saying fuck that baby. But that was after Jasmine drew her shoe at him the first time. Okay. So, he was really pumped up and angry, but still, that was wrong for him to say. Now, of course, Jasmine is posting Say, acting like she's the mother of the year. We all know what that situation is, allegedly, word on the street. And of course, Kelsey, her attorney, she makes the rounds on all of their IGs. So she misses Jazzy so much. She can't wait until they go on vacation together again. Yeah. Yes, whatever, Linda. I totally agree with you. His adrenaline was going through the roof. He should have never fucking said that. But like I said, it wasn't like he was just sitting there and he decided to say it out of the blue. Jasmine just tossed a fucking shoe at him. She could have took his eye out. So yeah, it was wrong, but I could kind of see where he was coming from. So, like I said, Kelsey, the attorney, is everywhere, along with the therapist. I mean, Dr. James is looking forward to the tell all. The therapists are now doing a podcast together. I mean, take advantage while you can, huh? So, anyway, I just want to say that for Reba, who is supposed to be a therapist, I mean, she doesn't have the credentials as a therapist, but she was presented to us as one of the therapists on Last Resort. So she posted this to her story after part one of the tell all. And I'm sorry, this was total shade towards Rob. And as a therapist, I think that was totally uncalled for. But hey, that's just my opinion. And we all know what I say about opinions. Everyone has one, kind of like an asshole. Like Jasmine was screaming about last on part one of the tell all. But anyway, so now Matt accuses Gino of abuse. Oh, yes, he does. So he posted a picture of Jasmine before she was pregnant with the washboard abs and captioned it baby mama. So someone in the comments said, I'm hearing so many things. She had the baby already and you're abusing her. And he replies, there was abuse, but not from me. When his family befriends a stranger over him, that tells you a lot. Okay, so two members of his extended Italian family that has, I mean, Uncle Gino, I'm sorry, Uncle Marco has at least 26 nieces and nephews, including Gino and Dana. So we're talking two members of a huge Italian family who have taken Jasmine's side. And we all know my opinion about that. But to accuse Gino of abuse, if you guys haven't caught my interview with Jasmine's former PR person, Kimberly Noel, who was at the center of all of this when the DV allegations first came out against Matt a couple of months ago, and Jazzy totally threw her under the bus. Well, I had the chance to sit down and speak with her, and due to her NDA and legal things going on with Jazzy and another cast member, Nikki, excuse me, Nikki Exotic, excuse me, sorry, anyway, so she couldn't really get into specifics, but check out the interview. It is very enlightening. So moving on, we have more Jazzy. Okay, she was so scared for her life at that tell all, guys. I mean, it was like the worst time. Gino has been dating all over the place, according to her. She says, this is the last time I will be addressing Gino ever. He was already with someone. I was not aware of it. Her name is Natalie, and she's from Vegas. By the time he came back from couples therapy, then he broke up with her. Then he dated two Brazilian ladies, broke up with them, then started dating Kelly. So far, I believe they broke up because he body shamed her and online cheated on her. These are the ones, these are at least the ones I'm aware of. I'm not the one filming single life as people are stating. The heartbroken, hurt husband is just an act. He has never given two shits about me ever. Jasmine, you really cannot keep track of your own fucking lies. As I played this clip over and over, it is pinned on my Instagram reels, okay? Jazzy filmed the scene in a bar. Matt is there. The woman, Natalie, that she's referring to from Vegas is there. And Gino is there. And she runs into the room, calls Natalie a whore numerous times. Matt is standing there looking dumb, like he doesn't know what the fuck to do. They escort her out. Okay, like, producers are pushing her out the door. She's screaming, she's a whore. And then Gino comes in, and everyone in the room is chanting, Gino, Gino, Gino. So is this lying? Like, Jasmine, video does not lie. You need to start keeping track of your own lies, girl. This is a bad look. So, you know who has their opinion about Jasmine and Rob? Yeah, Scott. Why wouldn't he? So, he's another fucking idiot. So let's see what he has to say about this whole situation, and I'll tell you why he's a fucking idiot more than usual.
This on my thoughts on the whole Jasmine and Rob thing. I'm not paid by the network anymore, and I don't get involved in the high school drama, but I will say this. This is my thoughts. Rob shouldn't be attacked by Latin women because, listen, there's a lot of good Latin women out there, but let's just speak the hard truth. Rob gave her hard truth. She couldn't handle it. But let's talk about actions speak louder than words. What did Jasmine do? She came here to the States within 2 years, milked the American man for everything she can get. Capitalized on OnlyFans, capitalized on Cameo, capitalized on TLC being on every single TV show. She's made a lot of money off the United States and the American man. Got all her plastic surgeries, gets impregnated by another man while she's married, then goes on a tell-all show and assaults, a battery offense, throwing a shoe at somebody like that. She needs to be deported, whatever. But TLC, they created this monster.
TLC, yes, has created this monster. But Scott, you're a fucking cheeseball. Okay? Even though I do agree with part of what you're saying about Jasmine, you're still a fucking cheeseball. You try to hit on every chick in the 90-day universe, and now Molly, like, seriously? Dude, come on, you're a fucking cheeseball. So now this whole Jasmine situation is making me agree with Miss Debbie more and more. Like, we all know Miss Debbie's a wackadoodle, but she is making sense with this whole Jasmine situation. I want to share this with you guys, okay? This is fucking hysterical to me. So she took to the gram and she had Julian with her. We all love Julian, okay? Even though his mom's a wackadoodle, we all love Julian. So this is what she has to say about this whole Jazzy situation.
Fits, wear it, but don't throw it. I'm here with my favorite officer of the law for an opinion on, are these deadly weapons? What's the story, Julian?
When I was a rookie, one of the first calls I went on to was two sisters that got in a fight. They both were strippers. They were fighting over a piece of birthday cake. And one of them took their stilettos and
fighting over a piece of birthday cake.
Stabbed her with it. She kept in there, and it ended up going in through her skin, and they ended up charging her with aggravated assault. So yes, these can be used as deadly weapons, and some of the stripper stilettos, those high heels, they're pretty sharp. So they could do some serious damage. So if you ever think about hitting somebody with one of these, think again, because there's an aggravated assault charge.
And that person would go to jail, correct?
Absolutely, she went to jail.
Okay, thank you, Officer Lynn. Give me a pink donut martini. but not too much drama.
Okay, Miss Steffi. So her son should know that's assault with a deadly weapon. I mean, we've been saying this all along. What if the shoe would have hit Rob in the eye and like taken his eye out? Like, what the fuck? That's all I'm saying. Okay. So now, Rob took to his story and he just asked a simple question, which got no in a landslide. He asked, when I stood up, did I step toward her? 10% said yes, and 90%, including me, said no. He got up in a defensive stance because she took her shoe off and was charging towards him. Hey, all he knew, it could have been like the stripper situation Julian was just talking about, and she could have stabbed him right in the forehead. So he got up. He wasn't about to take being assaulted or whatever was coming to him sitting down. Just saying. So moving on, Olga and Steven. Do you remember them? From way, way, way long ago. It seems so many moons ago. Well, Steven took to his story. Him and Olga are no longer together. They have two kids together. They are no longer together. But he took to his story, and I was like, whoa, talking about airing your dirty laundry. Hate to do this to you all, but I need you all to go tell or help Olga to get a job so I can move on with my life. She hasn't worked a full time job since October, and we've been separated since July of 2024. She hasn't applied to any jobs and has done 1 to 2 interviews in the past few months. I'm not sure if she doesn't take her life seriously and she has expectations that I need to pay for her. You work and I'm home all day with your kids. They're your kids too, Olga. Just saying. And you need to pay me as a nanny. I hear every single day. But we are not together. That is her parental responsibility since she doesn't work. She wants me to pay our nanny so she can go out and have fun, but meanwhile is unemployed. Like, I don't even think she can truly support herself, but I sure can't pay for 2 entire apartments. Talk about airing your dirty laundry. And yes, I agree. Why is that our problem? Just asking. Asking for myself, asking for all you guys. But yeah, I mean, he aired it all out there. So moving on, I want to go in a positive direction. So I'm going to do a David and Annie baby picture dump. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. This baby, oh my God, way too cute. Her grandfather came to see the baby. No, actually, her dad. I'm sorry, her dad came to see the baby, and the first words he said was, "She looks like a Barbie doll with David's face." I'm gonna keep saying this. She looks like she fell right out of David's butt. Spitting image of him, way too cute. So, speaking of other pregnancies going on in the 90-day franchise world, Amber from Love in Paradise, who unfortunately broke her foot, her ankle, my goodness, and 6 weeks before she's about to give birth. She is counting down. She uses a motorized scooter to go around in the stores. I mean, girl, hang in there. She wishes her bestie, Ashton. Do you remember Ashton from their season of Love in Paradise? He was not feeling Daniel at all. He was like trying to protect his bestie. And this is what I mean sometimes, that they just play up the drama for the show just to give them a little drama because, he was the overly protective best friend that you would think that they had something together, but they're just besties. So that's another thing that I could think of off the top of my head, that they were like playing things up for TV. But I actually do like Daniel and Amber a lot. And baby Lucas is going to be here soon. I'm sorry, baby Luca is going to be here soon, and hang in there. Amber, just hang in there, girl, okay? Because honestly, you're going to go back and you're going to look at these days with your broken foot and your broken ankle, and you are going to laugh. I guarantee you're probably not laughing now, but you will laugh. So we have more babies in the 90-day universe, and Cynthia's grandchild makes me smile. Oh my goodness, Rowan is so freaking cute. And then speaking of women who want to have children, okay, Shida wants to have another one. So she's taking a poll. Yes, do it now and get it out of the way, or give your body time to heal. And believe it or not, Danielle wants to have a baby. So she says, if I have someone to have a baby with on August 11th, yes, I'm still not sure Johan is ready to be a father. And I'm realizing that I don't want to be a single parent again. I don't know what the meaning of August 11th is. Okay. I guess that's just a deadline she set for herself for some reason. So, yes, she is looking to have another baby, but if she doesn't have a good candidate, and if Johan doesn't, clean up his act, which we all know he's not going to, if he hasn't done it by now, he's not going to, girl. I'm sorry to tell you, but yeah. So, Danielle wants to have another baby. Interesting. So, moving on, Eve, an update on Eve, hanging out with her girls, girls' night, and she is running for this contest called the Supermom, and she is looking for votes. I will put the link in the description box. And she says, a single mom, and my son has Down syndrome, autism, and kidney disease. Encouraging my son to be his authentic self has inspired many globally. So Eve is actually a really outstanding, inspiring mom. I'm sorry that shit happened to her with Muhammad. She didn't deserve it at all. Her son didn't deserve it. But unfortunately, she was blinded by the D. She was blinded by the body. And, she just made a really big mistake. So moving on, we have Karini talking about moms. Okay. And Karini, I'm sorry to say, is at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to moms. So she is producing content again, you guys. Okay. New videos filmed tonight. I don't have anyone to help me edit or film good. I'm doing my best. I have not been able to pay visiting costs to see my kids in a week. They charge 60 an hour, and I can see them a maximum 4 hours a visit and a maximum 2 visits a week. By you buying these videos, you help me a lot. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean, but we are scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to Karini and parenting and motherhood. And her two children are better off where they are. And the fact that she's having a third disturbs me very, very much. So, moving on, we have Michael living his best life. He went to a wedding. He's hanging out with his friends, playing soccer, living his best life. His divorce is moving through the courts. I promise you guys, I will get to my Michael Angela annulment divorce video this week, put it all together so I could explain what's going on. I touched on it briefly, but the two things that I found highly amusing in the latest document that was filed from the court. It was basically Angela's response to Michael's attorney asking a bunch of questions and requesting a bunch of documents. And the two things that stuck out to me out of 126 items was Angela denies ever having sexual relations with Michael while Michael was in the United States. Bullshit. And she does acknowledge that Michael slept on the sofa, but if you asked him why, he would come up with numerous reasons. I bet you one of them was he didn't want to get bed bugs. The second one, he felt uncomfortable sleeping in the bed with all those grandbabies. Third one, he was afraid maybe like a landslide of all the shit in that room in the middle of the night's going to land on him and he's going to be buried. I could think of numerous reasons why I would want to sleep on the couch. Just saying. Now, Angela, I get it that your friend Billy died. I covered this in my last video. I get it that you wanted to do a tribute to him, but girl, edit your videos before you put them on IG because we got to see your whole camera roll and your notifications. Okay, so from this content creator, okay, to you, a little piece of advice. Always double check your videos before you put them up on IG. And always double check that you have your teeth in before you go live. Thank you, Linda, for sending me the screenshot. So just two things, Angela. Okay? Friendly piece of advice. Just saying. So, moving on, we have Nikki Exotica, okay, who discussed her eye color change journey. I can't even deal. Okay. I mean, not only is she plastic from head to toe, she went and got laser procedures to change her eye color. I'm sorry about that, guys. I should warn you before I put up a picture of Angela. My bad. I'm sorry. So, Nikki changed her eye color from brown to green. Okay, no surprise. Devin and Nick, they are broken up. Okay, Devin is selling her wedding dress, and Nick is on Bumble. Why would he be on Bumble if he wasn't looking for a new chick? So they are broken up, and it's really fucked up. Okay, so I think he's an asshole. Not only because he was calling her piggy while they were during this season. You know, from what I understand from some comments on my post on Instagram, um, he's not the greatest guy. He's kind of an asshole. So moving on, Sonny has found himself a new love, and she is another American girl, and he was so excited to go meet her, and they finally met up, and they go out for Starbucks together, and he says she is beautiful. Let me introduce you to this beautiful, amazing lady. She is Emily. She is so respectful, kind heart. So is the respectful kind of a dig at Vea, who flew out to South Africa with her ex without telling him? Because I didn't think that was very respectful. She should have at least given him the heads up that she was going to do that. So I don't know. Is this a dig at Vea? Who knows? So moving on, Renee and Chidi. Renee, I swear, okay, how do I put this? The short amount of time that I had access to her, you know, when she reached out to me and we hooked up and I interviewed her, and I covered all this before. And then she flipped out on me after the interview when I was honest with her about my coverage about her before I interviewed with her, because I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's all on video. I'm not Jasmine. I'm not going to lie about shit that's all on video. And you guys know me. I don't sugarcoat things. And she flipped out on me. Okay. So she hasn't blocked me, which is a good sign, I guess. But it's kind of a bad thing too, because then she posts shit like this, and I'm like, "Girl, are you fucking losing your mind?" And yeah, I guess she has already, but like, ugh. So she posted this I don't know, this little Lego action figure or whatever the fuck. So she says, "My son plays around with me, and look what he came up with himself. It's Chidi's sister, and Chidi on her back, all zombified and basic. Her eternal slave." She's another one that put up a throwback picture of her when she was a kid. And I truly believe that it's a balance of being a total wackadoodle. And yes, I said it. And you want to go back and tell her I said it? I'll say it again. She is a total wackadoodle and wanting to get attention on her social media, because now she's like Jazzy. Okay. So she had 63.1K views in the last 30 days. And she said, "Cool to see so many viewing." Just saying. She likes the attention. So, Chidi, his book is out. Okay, his book is out. He is celebrating the fact that his book is out. He's celebrating the fact that he is away from Renee. He held a live on his 35th birthday, which was April 4th, and he was answering questions. So if you guys haven't checked out my interview with Chidi already, please do. If you haven't checked out my interview with Renee, please do. So moving on. Before I let you guys go, just a couple of miscellaneous updates, okay? So we have Magda, who received roses from someone. I don't think Haiti sent her those roses. Does she have a new dude in her life? I mean, she's dropped that gorgeous. I don't see why not. Submit and Jenny, who are on tonight's episode of 90 Days Diaries, which I'm going to go watch as soon as I'm done with this. I keep saying this. Jenny's not aging, and Submit is aging really, really rapidly. As you guys may or may not seen from the commercials, Submit's mom and Jenny are best friends now. Who would have thunk it? Just saying. So, we have Veronica and Tim with Chloe. It is prom time, and Chloe has secured the dress. We have Winter, who recently got engaged, doing, wedding planning things with her girls. Okay. Um, Adnan and his receding hairline. Just saying. Every time I look, it's receding further and further back. Kalani and Ed. Not only did that make my stomach turn to see them on Pillow Talk last week after the tell all, but Ed, if you love your Kalani, maybe you should spell her name right. Just saying, okay? They did this reel. I'm not going to share it with you guys. It's on Ed's social media, it's on Kalani's social media. And it's just like, okay, stop trying to shove this partnership down our throats. We do not want Ed. And by the way, Liz is dating again. If you haven't noticed, she's the passenger princess on a motorcycle, going out to lunch, doing her thing, life after Ed. We have Stanley. Speaking of Clayton, we have Annalie, and I hope everything is okay. She went to go visit someone in the hospital the other day. I hope everything's okay. Clayton will be appearing on 90 Day Diaries soon, and I will be interviewing him really soon. We've been back and forth. He's been really busy. I've been really busy. But now that 90 Day Diaries is coming on, Clayton and I will be sitting down for that long awaited interview. Do you guys remember Holly from a couple of seasons ago on The Other Way? I think her husband's name was Wayne. I probably have it wrong because it's getting late and I'm getting really stoned. I can't think of his name right now. If you think of it, drop it in the comments. She was on The Other Way. She moved to South Africa and she immediately hated it because of the blackouts and things like that. So, she says that her now ex-husband, because they did break up, sent a song to her and said that the song made him think of her, and that's really sweet. Wayne, his name is Wayne. Thank you, Alicia. I couldn't think of it for a second. So Holly and Wayne. So yeah. So I guess she's still speaking to Wayne. Rachel, who recently announced that her divorce to John is final, is going back to college and the note taking is killing her. And then we have Dempsey, who is truly living her best life all over Miami Beach with her new girlfriend. Okay. And the only thing that she doesn't like about the US is the bugs. And girl, do not come to New York. Just saying. Because we have bugs, pigeons, and rats. I'm glad to see that Kara is putting out some new music and that her butt is covered for once. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean. I'm just gonna put that out there. Um, and this whole thing with Lita and Eric. I mean, just in January, she was being arrested for DV and animal cruelty. Allegedly, she tried to choke slam the dog, and now they're just one big happy family again. I mean, in the end of January, she was all over her stories, airing out all their dirty laundry on how allegedly abusive Eric was to her, and what happened that day, and she got arrested because she's the immigrant, and she was just going on and on and on. And now we're in April, the beginning of April, so not even 90 days later, they're a happy family again. I don't know. I don't know. So we have Sheila. David and Sheila are really sad that they cannot be together. And honestly, I don't know what's taking so long. I mean, I really believe it's because David doesn't have the money to file, which really sucks because it does cost a lot. So, whatever the case may be. And Brittany, you guys remember Brittany and Yazan? Well, she's in Thailand with her wife and she doesn't want to come home. She has totally fallen in love with Thailand and she does not want to come home. So that's basically it, you guys. I want to say thank you to my follower, Mary, who sent this to me because this totally cracks me up and totally describes me. Imagine blocking me on social media and I appear in your dreams. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching me. Thank you in the live comments. Let me just answer one quick question before we go. Yes, it looks like him and Kara did break up. Um, they have both wiped each other from their social medias. It looks like Kiyamo is on a visitation schedule with their son. And yeah, so it does look like they did break up. They are going to be on 90-Day Diaries. And we see on the commercial, they're not getting along. So I guess we will see what will play out. But Kara is getting new music out there, and I'm just glad that her ass is covered. Just saying. Thank you so much, everybody, in the live chat. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Please double check that you are subscribed because YouTube likes to fucking play games and they will unsubscribe you. And then you think something happened to me. But I've been here this whole time. Just YouTube likes to play games. So double check that you are subscribed every once in a while. Share my video with a friend or 10. One more thing, please consider joining my membership. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone in my live chat. I love you all. Have a good night. Bye.